I'm going to start from the beginning, and I'm just going to do a little heart-to-heart connect, first of all. So I'm just going to guide us into our hearts. So just bring your awareness to your heart space in the center of your chest. And feeling your heart beginning to expand so that you are open to receive. And feeling all of our hearts connecting in the unified field of love. And feeling our heart awareness extending out to the heart of Gaia, to the heart of the sun, and to the heart of Source Creator. Connecting in with the new earth grids and connecting in with the dragon lines. And let us call in our multidimensional aspects and our dragon aspects. Okay, so whether you're watching this live now or in a future now moment, even if I don't actually pick a card for you, if it's a card for the collective, even if it's a card for a specific person, if you're watching this, there will most likely be relevance for you. And the first card that I picked was Merlin, the dragon. And what I said when you couldn't hear me was that Merlin is linked to the bird owl. And I've been hearing the owls a lot in my garden of late, and I've been really connecting with Merlin. The owls have been hooting a lot. So if you're feeling owl energy around you, just be aware that it might be Merlin checking in with you. And if you do decide to work with Merlin, just know that he has been described as a hard task master, and he doesn't necessarily suffer fools gladly. Actually, I think that's a bit harsh. I can hear him chuckling at me starting the live. Muted. But do be prepared to put the work in if you're going to work with Merlin. He does kind of want that reciprocation, because he does put everything in his interactions with us. So I think he just, you know, appreciates that is reciprocated. Okay. Just having a little look at the comments. Thank you for all your no sounds. Hopefully the sound is fine now that the mute button is not on. All right, so these cards are Caroline Mitchell's Dragon cards. Oops, upside down. And these are a recent acquisition for me. So I have some cards already. I love using Gayatri's cards. But for actual readings, Gayatri's cards feel more to me, they are reading cards as well, but they feel more to connect with particular dragons. And some of the other cards that I had, I didn't feel the full flow when I was picking cards from those, but these ones, as soon as I got them, I could just feel that energy wanted to flow and words wanted to flow. So I do really, really like these cards. Okay. So I'm going to do another one for the collective. And I think I said this at the beginning when I was very quiet. So I was guided a few weeks ago to start doing dragon readings. And card readings I've done since 2005. I did Doreen Virtue's Angel Intuitive course in 2005 and was doing readings in Australia, but I haven't really done readings so much since I came back from England. And the dragon readings that I'm doing are not solely card readings. The first one, we didn't really use the cards at all. The first one was more of a body scan. And I'm being shown in the body scan the new geometries, the new crystalline geometries, especially the energy centers and the dragon lines. And And the second one was, we did use the cards a little for that, but it was more of a connecting with the client's dragon aspect. So, and they can also, the readings can also be used in conjunction with energy work as well. Thank you, Marie. I appreciate that. All right. So normally as I shuffle, the way that the cards get my attention is that, like now, it starts to feel sticky. It's almost like I can't put that card in. And it would be one of those two. And I'm feeling this time that it's, oh, there are two, that it's this one. Oh. Okay, so the first card is Serene. Let me just tell you who the artist is, because these are so beautifully illustrated. Tiras Verey, Tiras Verey, Tirasverey. I have not butchered that pronunciation. So this is the Serene card. And I feel with this one that this is about moving, getting away from the chaos. There is so much distortion around. There's so much that so many rabbit holes that we can go down. And I feel that this is about stepping back, coming into our hearts, taking some time away from the hustle and the bustle and the chaos, and just really coming into our energies consciously. And I also feel that this is about connecting with our higher selves, our multidimensional aspects, our dragon selves, connecting in with the higher realms, and just allowing that home frequency to come into our being, to come into our bodies. Anything else to say for this one? I'm going for walks in nature, connecting with the trees. And when we connect with the trees, it brings us back to ourselves, and it kind of, the trees filter out a lot of that distortion energy, a lot of that kind of radiation that is all around us, and just really helps us to be more in that serene place. Oops. So the other card is Soul Guardian. And this card is about the being that has been with us through all of our lifetimes, all of our incarnations. It's kind of like a record keeper being that knows everything that we've experienced. The being, and I feel that it's not just this lifetime, but certainly in this lifetime, that has been with us all along, knows everything we've thought, everything that we've done, everything, every little detail. So this is just a reminder to connect with ourselves, our soul guardian. I do feel our soul guardian is an aspect of us. We could see it as our higher self as well. And the energy of this one, it feels very crystalline to me. Okay, I'm going to pick one more, and then I will ask if anyone would like me to pick a card. And it could be, I say pick a card, it could be that I'm drawn to do, oops, that's too many. I was going to pick one, but clearly the pack picked three. Okay. Emergence. So this card is about us being reborn. Our bodies are going through a lot at the moment. Our lives can be going through a lot. We have many rebirths in our life, but that's what this card is about. It's about the emergence. And we may well be feeling at the moment that we are kind of a little bit stuck in the chrysalis or in the shell. And it may be feeling like it's taking a while to fully emerge. And sometimes it feels like we've emerged and then we go back into the shell for a bit. And to stay positive in this process. The philosopher. This card came up when I did the reading with Candice the other day. And this is about connecting to earthly energies, the planetary bodies. It's about gaining knowledge and, maybe doing courses, but particularly related to earth magic and to the energies of the planetary bodies. And in the same way that I believe that Gaia is conscious, I believe the same with the other astrological bodies, and especially the planets in our system that are, closer to connect with as well. And it's about reading books. A lot of us are not reading books very much at the moment. There's something magical about reading a book as opposed to watching a video. There's something magical about holding the book and letting the energy come into our field. I think it's really nice when you get a new book to just hold it and just feel the energy and let the energy come into you. And this card is platinum. I haven't picked this card before, I don't think. But I feel this as the platinum ray, the platinum, I don't think I've ever struggled so much with that word. The platinum essence. And I feel very much that Earth is being bathed with this platinum energy at the moment. So let's just take a moment actually to connect with this platinum field. So this is a really high frequency of energy, and just feeling this energy, just inviting this platinum ray into your crown, into all of your energy centers, and just feeling it moving down into all of your energy centers. And as it does this, it's helping your body to release the denser energies that are not in alignment with this pure platinum ray. So feeling it moving into your crown, your third eye, your throat, your higher heart, your heart, your solar plexus, your sacral center and your base, your root center, and all of the spaces between as well. And it feels at the moment that the spaces between the energy centers are really lighting up. So it's all the centers are merging. And let's not forget the back of the body, just seeing the centers at the back of your body opening up as well. Maybe starting from the top and just working down. Okay. All right. This is for Carmel. Carmel's is the first. The first, yes, please. That is on my feet. So just let me know you're still here if you would, please, Carmel. There's a little delay of about 20 seconds from me asking something and it showing up. And if anybody feels to share this along, if you think it might be helpful for anybody, that would be most appreciated. Gotcha, Carmel. All right, this is the one that I'm being drawn to. Okay, Actramis. Now, this card I'm not as familiar with. I think I have read this once, but I'm going to check in with this card because part of me picking these cards is to get to know these cards a little bit better. Some of them, the flow is quite obvious, and some of them have specific attributes. As I recall, this is connecting to Arcturus. So this is a bit of a cosmic dragon connection. And I'm feeling my energy is going to the throat. So the Arcturian beings are believed to be very technological and really amazing healers. So have a feeling, Carmen, and just feel if this resonates to connect with the beings from Arcturus. And I don't know if there is something around the throat as well at the moment. This could be words that have been kind of locked in, that are ready to be released now. And I invite you somewhere, maybe out in nature, if you live by the sea, maybe by the sea, but to just really let sounds come through and be voiced. If there's words, another way is to just splurge on a page and not hold back and just allow whatever words want to be released from your body to just go there on the page, and then maybe burn the page, rip it into tiny pieces afterwards, but just something to kind of release the words. I'm just going to have a little, the number is 17 as well, which 7 and 1 adds up to 8. So let me just have a little look, because one of the ways that I'm getting to know some of these dragon beings is to actually read the cards out, so I feel the energy more in my being. Yeah, connects with Arcturus, Arcturian civilizations. And she's written here, the peacekeepers of the galaxies. I've not heard that described before, but that's really beautiful. And his message is, I am the dragon Arctramis of the 7th golden ray dimension. I am kin to the Atlantean dragons who were 7th dimensional, but chose to work with the 5th dimensional beings of Atlantis and oversee the raising of their vibration to the 7th dimension. And the message continues, the time has come for you to begin integrating the 7th dimensional golden ray energy and initiate the process of anchoring its frequency into your being. This will enable you to shift the old layers of 3D energy and release it naturally. It heralds the next phase of your incredible journey. And also speaks about acknowledging that you're ready to shift old DNA coding and integrate the high vibrations into your life. Oh, thank you, Carmel. So you do have a sore throat today. So maybe, yeah, maybe try that. Have a feeling. Can also be about expression of creativity as well. But it does feel more, it feels like I'm getting like a feeling of constriction around the throat. So yeah, just let your voice loose and let any sounds come through. And if you're not in a position where you can do that freely, do it into a pillow or something, and which kind of makes us laugh quite often, because it can be quite comical what wants to come through. And yeah, just let it flow, really. Okay. Pam Pike, this next one is for you. So I'll start with a card, but it may well be that I'm kind of drawn to the body. Still feeling it a little in my throat, which could be mine as well. I'm always particularly want to come live. It takes me a little while to press the button. And just remembering that I was on mute as well for the first few minutes. So throat stuff may well be relevant for a lot of us on the call at the moment. Okay. So we have serene again. So this message about serenity, about taking time out for you and getting away from the chaos. And just, if you're able to go out in nature and just connect to the dragons out in nature, and this feels very ethereal, this energy, it reminds me of that platinum card. It feels very cosmic, very high frequency energy that I feel you're being invited to connect with. And you might find it easier to do that out in nature. I'm just having a feeling to the body again. I'm taken to the throat again. So all that I said before about throat energy, I'm being taken particularly to the back, like neck area. I'm going to show you a really nice fascia stretch for the neck. Don't know how, let me just take this scarf off. So we have, where is it? I'm going to just, which way to do this? There are different ways to do this. I'm going to put this hand and kind of pull the skin down there. I'm going to look straight ahead as I do it. Pull the skin down and along the shoulders a little bit. And from that position, just moving your head around as you breathe. And just moving your head and just feeling where it feels tight. And what we're doing here is stretching the fascia of the skin, which in turn stretches the fascia beneath the skin in the muscles. So just, and it's really good to do it with the breath, because the breath is the pump of the fascia. And the fascia is your connective tissue that is everywhere. It connects everything to everything. It's in your skin, it surrounds your muscles, and it's in your muscles and all of the organs. So just giving that a little stretch. And I'm going to do it on the other side as well, so we're not lopsided. So just stretching the skin down. Actually, look straight ahead while you do it to start with. Ooh, don't know if you heard that. Little creak. And then just moving your head over, so you're feeling the stretch in the skin in your neck, which will be stretching the fascia beneath. And taking 6 breaths. And let me know how that resonates for you, sweetheart. Yeah, still clearing my throat. And again, I don't know how much of this is me and how much of this is us. Hi, Sabrina. Sorry you're having to go. Claudia, your turn now. And I do have a dragon event coming up. I had a really amazing experience that I haven't shared too much about. 3 actually, relating to a dragon cliff, a sleeping dragon cliff in Whitby. And I walked from Whitby down the beach to Sands End, where the cliff is, the first time, and connected from the beach with the sleeping dragon being and the dragons, many of whom were sleeping in the cliff. I went into quite a deep vision space, and then a friend, Alison, took me for a walk where you can actually walk along the dragon's back to the dragon's head. And we spent some time in that vision space on the dragon's head, and then I went back on my own another time and connected. So the three experiences that I saw and received in the vision space is what I'm sharing on this dragon gathering, which is on Tuesday the 17th. So a week on Tuesday, and I've just done a post for that. So if that interests you, have a little looky. In it, it's going into the womb space. It's going into the dragon womb space. And when I was there, I found these on the beach. I'd seen 3 golden eggs when I was up on the cliff. And then these little dragon egg stones. And then I saw the dragons being birthed. And then, yeah, they created some beautiful geometry. So that's what I want to share with you. And we went to a crystalline underwater city. So there's going to be some co-creation there as well. So if you feel to join us, it would be lovely to have you with us. Okay, Claudian, this is for you. Beautiful. This is the transformation card, and this dragon, as you can see, looks like a butterfly. Think like a red admiral butterfly. And that's the message of this card. Similar to the emergence card, this is about deep transformation that you're going through at the moment. And what I said about still being in the shell, in the chrysalis, it feels like I'm getting an image of you kind of still being in the chrysalis and kind of, you know, like sometimes we don't want to get out of bed in the morning. It feels like that, like you're in the chrysalis and you're all nice and snug in there. And I think you're just being encouraged, let's say, to come out of the chrysalis, and then you can spread your wings. But it just feels like you're in that space between a little bit, and I think there's just a bit of encouragement to spread your wings and fly. And I'll just have a little feeling into the body. The area that I'm being drawn to is sacral, to the creation center. And it feels like there's a lot of creative ideas that are kind of just here waiting to come in. But it feels like they're not quite coming in yet. It feels like they're hovering. And I don't know if you've just been feeling really busy recently, but it's almost like there's not been space for those creative ideas to come in. So have a feel into that, see if that resonates. And if it does, maybe take yourself for a walk in nature or go into a meditation space and just see what wants to come through. Maybe have a pen and paper with you so that you can make a note of the creative ideas. Anything else? And maybe just to do a little bit of energy work with your sacral center and throat as well, actually, because once we have the ideas, then it's our throat. It helps to have a clear throat to be able to express those ideas. But yeah, there's a big bundle of ideas just hovering there waiting. So let me know if that resonates. Yeah, I'm just reading the comments. So thank you for that, Pam. She felt something uncoil on the left side, like a spring out of my body. My left shoulder's been very tight. Okay, on that note then, another way that you can do this is where the clavicle is there, that bone there. You can also bounce with the palm of your hand, just secure that, and move your arm as well as your head. And maybe, you know, doing this kind of thing with your hand as well. And if it's a bit stiff at the back, another thing that you can do is kind of turn the skin whichever way feels right to turn. Yeah, for me, it feels right to kind of, I can't tell you if that's clockwise or anti-clockwise, but moving it towards the, down and towards the shoulder. And then, oh, so you're securing the fascia there. And then just slowly, all the movements are nice and slow, just moving your arm back and then moving your head to the other side, to the right, if it's your left shoulder you're working on. And just feeling all that fascia stretch, and stretching it in the skin will stretch it deeper, deeper down. And now I feel lopsided, so I just need to do the other side as well. Oh. And breathe. I forgot to breathe. So consciously breathing. Breath is the pump of fascia. So, and just moving your hand a bit as well. Yvette, this next one is for you. Just hello. Decided now with my clothes. There we go. I'll hold the cards up so you can see as I'm shuffling. I used to spread all the cards out and hover my hand, but it just saves a lot of time these days for the cards to get sticky, so you know that it's time to stop. Oh, magic and manifestation. So the dragons, as well as the fairies, are masters at magic and manifestation. They are the master creator beings. And they work closely with geometries as well. Can you see around that dragon? Yeah, that's really interesting, because when I was shown I don't think I've written this in the write-up for the gathering that I'm doing, but the 3 dragons created this geometry around me that did turn out to be a Merkaba and then a sphere around it. And I feel that that is actually, that might be what the shape, yes it is. Ah, interesting. Yeah, that's the shape in there. So the Merkaba is your light vehicle as well. It's what we use to travel through the ethers. And it feels, I'm just noting the difference in colours between the 2 dragons there. And it almost feels like there's learning going on here, that this one is maybe learning a bit from this one, that this one is coming in to teach this one a little bit. So it feels like you've been tapping into your magic more of late. And it feels like you're seeing you're seeing this occurring more quickly. Like the manifestation is more instant. And I feel with this as well, this is also tapping into earth energies and the magic of the earth energies. So tapping into the energy lines, going to energy hotspots where the energy is strong, standing stones. Calling in the energy of the earth dragons and the cosmic dragons, and maybe that's a little bit of what this is as well, like earth dragon and cosmic dragon, and bringing those two both together. And I would go back to the first card that I picked as well, the Merlin card, and invite Merlin in as well. If there's stuff that you're trying to bring in to your world, Merlin and the dragons are really amazing. Oh, I had the word and it's gone. Allies for that. Okay. Oh, let me just have a little feel into the body, see if I'm shown anywhere in the body. I'm going to heart. I feel there's a bit of congratulations going on here of how much you've opened your heart up. And I'm drawn to the back of the body, and I feel there's a bit of a nudge to open the heart up a little bit more at the back. Sometimes we're more open at the front where, you know, we feel a bit more able to protect if we need to. And it can sometimes take a little bit more courage from heart to open up at the back, and just there's a real feeling of allowing ourselves to be vulnerable when we're opening our hearts at the back. But it feels like you're ready. Yeah, so congratulations on what you've been doing there, and keep it up. And again, I'm just being drawn to say to you to go out in nature. Okay, let me know if that resonates. Tanya? Tanya, you will be next. Is it Karoto? Hopefully I've pronounced that somewhere in the ballpark. Oh, I can't see you now. Yeah, there you are. Just let me know you're still here if you would, please, Tanya. Just going to have a little look further down at the comments and go back up. Rebecca! Lovely to feel you here, Rebecca. Okay, Tanya. And then I think you're after Tanya, Rebecca. Yeah. So Tanya, this is for you. If anyone wishes to share this along, that would be very much appreciated. Okay, that one. This is fun. Oh, that one again. So this is, I don't know if you were here before, this is Arcturus, who is connected with the Peacekeepers of Arcturus. And I'm feeling the technological the technological connection coming through here as well. This is a bit random, but I'm going to say it because it's what's dropping in. It's almost like there's a feeling of, I don't know if you've been having any ideas about technology, but I'm feeling to connect with the Arcturians, with the Arcturian dragons, particularly about technology. Yeah, I don't know if this is you having ideas or if there are some technological things that you're working with that you want help with. I'm not really sure. And I'm going to crown to the brain. It feels like there's a good balancing going on between left and right sides of the brain at the moment. And it feels like your crown is very open, and it feels like that's a good thing at the moment. So maybe just sit there with a pen and paper and intend to connect with Arctramis and with the Arcturian beings, and just write down. It feels like some guided writing wants to come through, and just let your pen write whatever words come into your head, even if it doesn't really make sense to you. And then just have a read over it and see if it resonates with you, see if it feels like it's not actually your words. I feel you have an Arcturian aspect as well. So it feels like you're being encouraged to connect with your Arcturian aspect. Yeah, I don't know if that makes any sense to you. And even though I'm picking these for the people who've asked here, if you're hearing this, there's a reason why. Okay, Rebecca. So lovely, Rebecca. It's been a long time. Big hugs. Okay, in case you came in late, I'm just going to show you. These are Caroline Michell's Dragon Path cards, and the artist is Tinus Vere. I feel like I've done that pronunciation really badly. Father Time. I'm getting the feeling of this being timelines. I'm not sure if there's a feeling of you having just shifted, gone onto a different timeline. I want to just have a look at, oh, I went straight at the page. Don't you love when that happens and saves time? Okay. So the message of this is let yourself sink a little deeper into the abyss of quiet stillness. And this is also about stilling the mind, the chatter of the mind, and just being, and helping us to ground. And it's also an encouragement to let go of linear time and enter the void. So I'm going to read the message on this one. So the message today from Father Time is now. This moment in time is a gift, which is why it is called the present. Allow all time to stop and break your habit of clock chasing, because in reality, there is only now. Let yourself sink a little deeper into the abyss of quiet stillness and let go. The man-made concept of linear time is illusionary. It only serves to fuel the doubts in your life. I am here to guide you to a more tranquil way of being, to be fully present in the moment. And talking about the stresses of us having to do things at certain times and being a little tied to clocks, tied to times, which can cause stress in us. So you're being encouraged to find your point of center, breathe and let go. And whether these anxieties are from a lack of time or a feeling of not being good enough, nothing is gained by being fretful. Stop setting yourself unrealistic timescales and such high expectations, and you can achieve without making it so difficult for yourself. So just, if you're in a position to do so, Rebecca, just taking yourself away from the constraints of time, like going for a walk in nature without having to be back at a certain time, if that's going to be possible for you. But just to consciously give yourself some time where you're not really thinking about time. I don't know if that resonates for you. And let me know if the timeline thing had any resonance for you as well. Yeah, so that's father time. And it does feel like father time there is kind of flying out of the clock, like flying out of those constraints of time. And I know it's difficult with, you know, family stuff that we have to do at certain times. But I think there's just a little reminder to, whenever you can, take yourself out of time and not give yourself a hard time about time. I hope that makes sense. And let me just have a little feel into, I'm seeing, it looks like a sapphire. I'm seeing a really beautiful jewel on your third eye, and it is diamond shaped. It's kind of diamond shaped, but it feels curved, like not flat. It feels kind of curved. And it's a really beautiful sapphire blue. And I feel this is part of the architecture that's coming online, but it feels like it's come online actually for you. Yeah, like a kind of silvery blue, like a sapphire, but silvery blue. It's really beautiful. Okay. Hope that makes. You felt a timeline jump several days ago. Brilliant. Thank you. Thank you for that confirmation. Okay. Just looking at the messages again and seeing if Marie shining her light. Yes, you do. This one is for you. This is so much fun. I'll have to do this again. The working with the dragons of late has just gone to a completely different level. I'm really grateful for the suggestion, which felt like it was coming from my dragon aspect or from the dragon realm, to start doing dragon readings, because it's so beautiful to work with them in this way. And like I was saying with the geometry, as I said at the beginning, the body scan that I was doing in the first of the dragon readings that I did, it was so beautiful to see all this crystalline geometry in the body. And some of it I feel is about to come online. Some of it has come online. It's so beautiful. I've never really looked at the body in that way. Which one? Ooh. Divine Feminine. I'm not sure what this structure is here. I'm not sure what I think the conclusion I came to, that it was almost like a container, like it looks like a chimney pot to me. That's what I thought to start with, and I thought, no, I don't think that's quite right. But it feels like almost like the womb space, like the womb container. So okay, so the divine feminine energy, this is about being in the flow. It's about that watery energy that is held within the structure of the masculine, like the river as it flows down is held within the structure of the banks. So I'm feeling there's a bit of a message here about going with the flow, not trying to force things to happen. And I feel that there's been some really deep healing going on, Marie, in your body, especially on your feminine side. I feel that you've really made a lot of progress in that, and that you're getting a bit of a, woo, well done, for that in your own being. What else? Yeah, I'm being shown the brain, the left and the right sides of the brain. And it almost feels like there needs to be a bit of balancing going on now. Like you've been working so much with your creative side, with your feminine side. And it almost feels like that is now a little bit stronger than the other side. And I'm seeing energy weaving between the two, between the left and the right sides. Yeah, just kind of bringing balance there, and with the body as well. But I'm just getting, you don't have to keep pushing, just sorry, just allowing, and just allowing the flow, and allowing yourself to receive as well. I think that might be a little bit key here too, just allowing yourself to receive, not just giving all the time, but just taking some time for you, and just really coming into you and allowing yourself to, yeah, to receive. I keep saying the same thing. Yeah, and the part of the body, I'm still being shown, it looks more balanced now between the left and the right sides of the brain. And I'm being shown like crosswords. So I feel like there's some encouragement to do some logical thinking as well. But there's a big well done on the work that you've been doing on the feminine aspect. Let me know if that resonates. Just going to go down to the bottom of the messages, and then Sean, I think you are next. Brilliant. Thank you, Marie. Yeah, I hear you on the receiving, Marie. It's it's a challenge. Michelle! Michelle is an amazing card reader in Australia who used to work at the Crystal Castle. Who did I say? Sean. Where have you gone? Sean Wilson. And of course, if you're listening to this, most likely it will be a message for you as well, but I'm specifically, can't say it, but I am going to specifically be tuning into Sean's energy for this. So yeah, when I shuffle my attention, it starts to feel sticky. And then my attention is drawn to one of the cards. Oh, two. I only chuckle because one of them's come up before. Spirit. So this is about trying to take a little bit of a break from all the physical things in life and have a little bit of focus on the spirit. This in these cards, this dragon is called Spirit. And Spirit looks to me like he or she is standing by some standing stones. So I feel drawn to plonk you in some standing stones. I don't know if there are any standing stones near you or if you're thinking of visiting standing stones, but even if you're not, I'm feeling Avebury particularly, but even if you don't go there physically, you can still connect with the energy of Avebury. And it's interesting because the card that's with it is the Philosopher, which came up earlier. So if you weren't there at the beginning, maybe when this live is finished, go back and have a listen to what I said about the Philosopher. But it almost feels like this is more, in some ways, there's a big logical aspect of this. It's about learning. It's quite left brain, and this Spirit one feels quite right brain. But the Philosopher card is also about connecting with earth energies, learning new things, maybe taking new courses. So maybe these two are related, that maybe you're thinking of doing some kind of learning, some kind of course, more for your spirit, more for like spiritual development. So you can call on the Philosopher Dragon for that to help you. If you've got a few choices and you're not sure which one to decide on, the Philosopher can help you with that. But it's also about connecting with the planetary bodies, connecting to Gaia, like connecting to Gaia through the stones. I think Avebury is described as a dragon circle. But yeah, learning and books as well for you at the moment. I love the colours on that, like on both of these, like the green and the purple, which I guess is green is heart and purple is like third eye crown. And in terms of the body, that feels, I feel like there's some balancing going on as well between not just always making decisions from your head, but connecting head and heart together and feeling your way through decisions a little bit more than thinking. Do let me know if that resonates. Thank you. Hi, Angie. Okay, just looking at the messages again. Okay, Michael. Just going to read what Sean wrote. That's awesome. I don't know that one. Mary Valen Marsden. Brilliant. Starting a spiritual course for a year. That sounds amazing. Yeah. Feels like a good choice. Okay, Michael. And then I think the last one will be Caroline. That's the last one that's there for now. So Michael, this is for who? And if anyone wants to book in for a reading, I'm offering half hour, an hour, or an hour and a half. And energy work can also be included in that, cards or a scan or both. And yeah, it can be with energy work as well. So just drop me a message if you're drawn to that. That's beautiful. I don't think I've picked this card before. I don't think I've read this one. So this is Grace. Now I'm gonna have a look at the book in a second, because part of me doing this, part of the reason I've been picking cards for myself a lot and reading them out loud is because I want to kind of really get the energy of the cards into me, but especially some of the ones that it's not always as obvious what it's about. But this does feel the grace aspect. Yeah, so I'm feeling that expression again, going with the flow. And doing things with grace, with like grace is often quite if someone is graceful, there's an elegance to them. But it's also about doing things with some ease. I'm not quite getting to the right word that I'm feeling for this. And there's the law of grace as well, which is kind of a little bit about seeing things from the higher perspective and knowing that there's often a bigger reason for things. The number of this card is 16, which adds up to 7. And I'm going to read this out. This dragon flies into our lives when we have been or are struggling with self-worth, self-respect, and self-love issues, or when we've been neglecting ourselves. It's time to look at ourselves and discover who we truly are. We are magnificent human beings who need to find ways to let go of our self-imposed limitations and beliefs. Grace's words are simple. Stop it now. You are more than you can possibly imagine. You can achieve so much more than you foresee. Believe in yourself, push the boundaries of your self-imposed limits. If you don't try, you will never know how successful you can be. And if you perceive that you have failed, remember that there is no such thing as failure, only an experience to learn from. Try again. Oh, nice. Yeah, I've definitely not read this one before. Dragons have an issue with the word love because we continually misuse it. So they have opted instead for grace, which they tell me is much more encompassing and authentic. Grace is a deep acceptance of all that is within and without us. It means the end of struggle through embracing the whole of us as we truly are. Beautiful. So that's grace. And I'm just going to have a little feeling if there's any parts of the body that I'm being drawn to. What dropped in as I was reading that was solar plexus, which I feel self-worth, self-belief. A lot of those self things are related to solar plexus. And I do feel that this is something that you've done a lot of work on. So I do feel like there's some congratulations there for the work that you've done so far. But I think sometimes you can still be a little bit hard on yourself. And this thing around failure, this and the fear of failure, this is an energy that I've been working with a lot recently. It's in my gene keys, a lot of things around failure and about fear of failure. Okay, let me know how that resonates, Michael, please. And Caroline, Lisa, this is for you. I really love this card. I've only seen this card once. This is Delphin. And Delphin sounds like dolphin, and Delphin is connected to the whales and the dolphins. This is a very watery card. You can see the whale's tail there. This is a card I really resonate with. So I feel like you're being encouraged to spend time by water, but even if you're not physically by water, to connect to the energy of water and the whales and the dolphins. I'm feeling the turquoise energy of the higher heart, as well, the merging of the green of the heart and the blue of the throat. So it feels like there's, I'm going to be showing you your jewel there. It feels like you've been doing a lot of work that is really opening your higher heart. I think there's also a message about being playful, not to take yourself too seriously, and just to spend some time playing and being silly. I'm being shown like an oval shape here at the higher heart, and it's kind of a very pale silvery blue green that I'm being shown. Like it's kind of, don't know how well you can see that, but kind of there, not the deep blue green there, but like a paler color there. And it feels like this is coming online, this jewel here, this crystal energy here. So yeah, more connection with the dolphins and the whales. And maybe Sirius as well. Just going to have a look if Sirius is, this card is number 30. Yeah, it doesn't mention Sirius, but I'm feeling Sirius energy there as well. The other thing that's just caught my eye looking for that is that it says that delphin is very useful to call upon when we feel stuck and unable to go with the flow. His presence acts as a reminder that we would do well to stop struggling and surrender to the ebb and flow of life. For that we resist persists. And your task is to uncover your driving passion and kickstart the job that you came here to do. I hope that resonates for you, Caroline. Okay, I think we are feeling complete. So thank you, everybody. I invite us just to bring our awareness back to our hearts, feeling that grounded connection to Gaia, to the cosmos, to the sun, to Source Creator. Thank you, everybody, for being here. And if you feel called for a dragon reading, then do give me a message, either half hour or an hour and a half ones. And if you want to connect more deeply with the dragons, I have a dragon immersion, which I'm so excited about, which is going into the womb space of the dragon. I am going to be doing a post about this. I have shared an event, but the actual receiving of the vision scape that I'm going to be sharing in the gathering, I received on 3 occasions going to the Dragon's Cliff at Sand's End in Whitby. So the first time I was on the beach and connected from there. Second time, lovely sister and friend Alison took me for a walk where you can walk down the back of the dragon and get to its head, and received a lot in vision space there. And also went to the caves beneath the dragon, the sleeping dragon, which just blew me away. There's a little light language activation link that I've put in the event. That's just a free thing to give you a feel of the energies. But there's also a dragon claw, which looks so much like a dragon claw. And after I came back, I found this stone in my garden that to me looks very much like a dragon claw. And the 2 times when I'd been on the Dragon Cliff and connecting with the golden dragons, the golden dragon eggs to start with, and then the eggs birthed. And I was given these 3 golden dragon stones. But each time I connected with the golden dragons, on the way back, I saw a golden dragonfly with golden wings. So it was just such a beautiful experience for me. And that is what I'm going to be sharing in the gathering, which is on the 17th, Tuesday the 17th of October. And there's a link to that on my page. So yeah, thank you, everybody. Hope you enjoyed that. Thank you for being here with me. And I will see you again. I hope to do this again soon. Lots and lots of love, love, love. If you feel to share, that would be most appreciated. Love, 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 love.